All right, let's see if everything is operational before we begin here. All right. Oh, the ads on Rumble are the worst. About the worst I have seen, honestly. Honestly, if they want their business to thrive, they need to course correct on their advertisements. I'm certain the majority of companies that are buying, that are buying ads on their platform are overseas scammers. I'm certain of that. Especially the ones that are like, Patriots say that. Like, they're trying to get old people that don't understand. And it's scummy. Rumble, that is your fault. You are doing this. All right, should be good to go. Time to begin the artwork. Light says, looks around. Please don't tell Bastion I'm here after I just said goodnight to him. Greetings, Light. How are you doing? And if you're going to bed, good night. Your secret is safe. Let's see. Message of Bastion. Guess who just showed... Oh, wait. Okay, we're not doing that. I'm going to figure out where the... I thought there was guides that you could put out there. Doesn't look like it. So, I think I'm going to just create my own here. Put that above here. No. Please, Jeb. Poor Light. The fear. Fear that Bastion may find out. He'll show up and say, Light! You don't want to be around me. Anyway. You and Bastion have the, definitely a unique strategy of thinking you can hide around here. He thinks that, and then you inevitably show up and then find him. Golly. Right here we are making our own guide to be able to trace the animation here. And I've not done this before. This is a first. And so, no idea how this will turn out. Let's turn off the background. There, now we got our guides. And it's over top. Should be good if I just lock it. Lol, true. It's a sense God gave me to make sure that young men are sleeping. Why do you seem so devious when you say that? Light standing by with a giant hammer. Oh, wait. Now the turns have tabled. Indeed. On a sense, I feel like when people are asleep. Heavens to Betsy. I think I should be able to just select it like this. Copy. And... No, that's not it. New empty. Here we go. So we're almost done with this guy. I think I might be able to get most of them done tonight. We will have to see. Hey, that worked. Devious indeed, insert gremlin laughter. Oh wait, a gremlin? Let's see, how would a gremlin sound? Something like that. I maxed out the mic there, so it probably popped. Oh well. Probably freaked my neighbors. There's a reason why I stopped doing voices when I had a change of living circumstances. There we go. Anything exciting been happening with you, Light? It has been a beautiful winter day up here. We had a lovely snowfall. Very cinematic. Sun streaming through the clouds, snow fluttering about. And, of course, a car or two going off the side of the road. Thankfully, that was not me, but some folks were not having a very good day because of it. It is amazing how many people keep driving off the road this year. Alaskans are typically pretty good at driving, but not this year. And some people have mentioned that they think that a lot of people moved up here recently, and that may be what's going on. Oh, I also need a center line. That's right. We'll make the center line in yellow. Bingo. All right. Now we're off to the races. So I've never done this before, but I've seen many videos on it. So hopefully it's not too difficult. I was away for a bit. I'm going to DM you something on Discord, all right? Well, sure, that's fine. I am not going to blow a gasket over something like that. Now, if it's a message from a bot, then of course that would be, something different, like the bot that I got the other day. Ah, what a weird time to be alive. Where the thing that messages you isn't even human. And it doesn't even pretend. What weird times to live. I'm not a fan of the nonsense. A curse on the AI. May its data be corrupted. I wish that we were in simpler times. But that is not the lot we've been given. We have been given an era of frustration, you could say. But it's not bad if that's the case. We still should do good, regardless. All right, I'm going to do each of these separately. There we go. All right. So now we can be able to compare the face before. And here we go. That and that, that and that, that and that. Okay, the jaw is a little too broad here. Okay, so that's the ear. Oh, wait a minute. I have to grab it from right here. Copy. Come over here. Delete. Paste. I'm still getting the hang of this software. This software is... Ooh. A buzz. Hokey smokes. Nothing, folks. Anyway, that's some great artwork there. Just saw the photo of Mocha up top. Reminds me, I was actually looking after some pets recently, and animals all have a very interesting set of quirks, and the ones that I was looking after definitely had quite a few unique personality traits. But then I realized after I left, I was like, I wish I had a pet. Maybe one day. A couple things have changed before, that becomes a possibility. Alright, the eyebrows are lined up. The ear. Oh, that's why the ear doesn't look right. Okay. It's because I had it like this. Then darker. Nose. Aha, his nose also shifts. Wait a second. Oh, it's going the wrong way. So why does that not look right? There we go. Maybe if I put it down like this. That looks more like a mouth when I do it in that way. Whereas that actually looks like a nose. Well, maybe it looks like a nose to me, but... Maybe I need to move these out. That's not what I want to do. Oh. Guess we'll do it the old-fashioned way. That's not bad looking. Hey there, Valexi. How you doing tonight? Things are going decent. It's been a beautiful winter day up here. Beautiful snowfall. And, you know, when you get a chance to really enjoy the something that's beautiful, like the wilderness, it really does do wonders in lifting one's spirit. You know, that changes the structure of the face more than I was kind of intending. But it looks correct. It looks correct, but yet it's not. No, I actually like it that way. Maybe I need to bring the face in a little bit more, and then have it like that. I don't know. Actually, I kind of like the broader jaw. That could actually turn out well for some of the future uses of this animation. Yeah, we'll go with that for right now. Like the rest of the animation I make. Actually, wait a minute. When I realize when I zoom back, it looks too much like a skull. So I'm actually going to go back and actually put it back to what it was earlier, because it at least looked a little bit more like a head than what it does now. Hmm. No, I think this will be fine. Yeah, that looks a little bit more like what I was hoping it would. I wonder what would happen if I did this. Oh, that's an idea. Okay, I like that. Because I'm not looking at this image right here. I'm actually looking at the little image over here to the side. And from a height, that looks better than when it was just like that. Maybe I should have been referencing that stuff earlier. The question is, do I do this? No, that's fine. Alright, so let's go through and now animate this. So we're going to copy that, come here, delete, wait a second. I need a new layer for this one. So that I can paste it and line it up. There we go. And now time to move. This guy likes to move it, move it. Move it up and down, technically. Okay, so now we're going to grab these, delete them, and grab these, and bingo. Just preview. I may have to shift how his head bobs up and down based upon how both feet are kind of moving, because I realize this works good when it's from a side view, but head on, that could be a bit of a problem. All right. We'll do hair last. I'm gonna stick with the moving parts of the character first. So let's move this layer down one and bring up the guide right there. All right, so let's start off by... Actually, I have to do the torso first, because the arm's going to be attached, and yeah, that makes sense. I don't know why I was not thinking about that. Good thing I, didn't start the process. Okay, here we go. So torso. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2, 3. We'll have it 6 at this point. So 1, 2, 4. Oops, forgot to say good nights. Good nights, Jib. Have a wonderful rest of your stream. Have a good night, Light. Thanks for the update. And see you next time, whenever that is. Pass on my congrats. Let us see here. Remove this neck. Actually, let's see here. I don't want to get rid of the background, so how about I do this instead? I will actually mask it out with this. So that way I can see what I have copied over and what I still need to do. Alright, so let's do this. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's make it to, let's try the 12 for the time being. I'm gonna have to do some tinkering on this to make this look accurate. It's an interesting technique. I don't know if I like it, but it sure seems to not be too hard to do. I'm gonna add in. We need to add in some sort of belt here. I think. Alright, that should be decent enough. Delete that background. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do similar as earlier. Copy, paste, and move it along. those. Nope, not that one. I said delete these. Here we go. Lovely. All right, go back and fill in that mistake. Good to go. Mm-hmm. That is definitely not the right sort of bounce that needs to happen. So I'm going to have to reanimate a couple of things here. Like already I can tell that there's a mistake, but I don't quite know yet. I'll have to just keep animating. Next is going to be the leg, because that is how this whole thing is driven. What is this sprite? It's a chest plate. So it's the character being broken up into different elements. So right now I'm working on the leg, but we got the arm, we got the head, and I'm just trying to turn the perspective. So right now the perspective was from the side, is a profile. Now it's going to be head on. So I'm changing the direction. So when the player presses the button on the keyboard, we'll be able to have, correct orientation. Anyway, how you doing, surfing? Let's use that technique from earlier. It seemed to be decent. Let's start off by figuring out the basic restructuring of how the leg needs to be. Sounds interesting. What game genre? So the game currently is still being made. It's a JavaScript game. It was a way for me to practice coding, and what started out as a simple project ended up becoming something far more complex because I don't know when to stop on these things. And so currently it's let me pull it up here. All right, so move windows, please. Thank you. So this is the game in its current form. It is going to get a bit of a facelift. That's what I'm currently in the process. Stop it. Don't want that one. I want this one right here. Here we go. It's a sci-fi type of game. And right now you have the ability to have basic navigation. There's a basic attack that takes place. There's dialogue that takes place. Collectible items. Computer terminals to be able to operate with. Health packs. Careful about stepping on the aliens. Aliens are going to be turned into bugs. And I ran out of power. Come over, get batteries. Anyway, this is the game. And as you can see, the character right now is a bit of an old school sort of Game Boy style. And I want to upgrade it to something that is of my own design. And so then I can be able to, take this concept and go on to the next level, so to speak. Literally. Anyway, it's going to be free to play. It'll be through my website because it's JavaScript. And so it was not made to be a game initially. It was actually so I could learn the process of coding JavaScript. And I found out that, dang it, this actually has potential here. And so I'm not making the game that's in my mind just yet. This was a way to learn. while trying to solve a very frustrating piece of code that has been thwarting me for the website. And then hopefully if there's a chance to expand upon the game, that will happen later on this spring or summer. We will have to see. Love the colors. Well, much appreciated. I'm not a color expert, and so thus I am not entirely satisfied with it, but that's also because I'm an artist and I am inherently self-critiquing, and that is indeed a bit of a challenge. Okay. I think I know what you mean with struggling to stay within scope. My game is transformed into a Godot 20-player battle royale. Ooh, Godot. Very nice. I tried giving that a go. For whatever reason, I could not get it to work. And I tried making a game like this, a old Game Boy style design, and I couldn't get it to work. And I don't know why. I thought that I was following along with the tutorials fairly accurately, and then I realized something was wrong. So I made my own game engine, because, that's totally easier. No, it was actually because I said earlier, I'm trying to learn the code. And in doing so, I realized, oh, I can actually turn this into a game. What sort of battle royale are you working on? Actually, I think maybe I just need to draw this as is. Now I have a little bit of the idea here. Last year I tried coding in Unreal, and I realized, oh my goodness, Unreal is frustrating. It drove me insane. And it was originally for a Fortnite minigame, and I realized that they had put so many guardrails, I couldn't get something so simple as disabling gravity. Stupid concept. Code your own minigame. But we're going to make it impossible for you to actually do anything that's, feels like it's actually going to be unique and special. I gave up after about 4 months of fighting with it. 4 or 5 months. And I still don't even know why it was so utterly frustrating. I've been working on this project for not even 3 months, and it's just about done. Phew. Amazing how different things can be like that. Local host for now, maybe integrate Steam support later. It's like a 2D Fortnite in pixel art style. Ooh, very nice. Do you do the pixel art yourself? I know a couple of pixel artists, and it's a bit of a unique feel, one that I don't quite fully understand. Yes, if you have a Discord, I can send some screenshots of the game. Oh, very nice. Sure. Let me see here. All right, so let me see if I got this right. Okay, sent that. I know quite a few artists, and there's a lot of neat projects people are working on. But there is one problem, and that is a lot of the projects are done in isolation, and so thus it's kind of hard to get discovered. There was a guy that I was working with where he wanted to make a Call of Duty type game. He got the backing for it. The person that was trying to get this done, he got the backing for it, and they pulled the plug on the project last minute. And the reason why was because they couldn't get support, first off, and second off, they had not actually done a whole lot of work, which was a big, big problem. What ended up happening was the game that they had built basically got scrapped because they wanted a certain amount of money, and when they didn't get it, they kind of like sabotaged their own project. It's like, wow, that's ridiculous. But a lot of people were trying to work with them, and they all missed out. They all lost the opportunity. All lost the connections. It's a shame. Oh, that's a clever looking design there. I like it. Definitely a lot more refined than sort of style I've been going with here. Like I said, I'm not very good at pixel art. Don't mind the black lines, don't know what happened here. You know, I can understand. That sort of stuff's going to happen. Well, I hope you find some success with that. I know trying to get games discovered is hard. I've been in media for 15 years. 20 years, technically. And been having a bit of a hard time even trying to get basic stuff discovered. Online was supposed to make it so anyone could get support, and inevitably it actually has made it more difficult in some ways. But that being said, there are ways to find workarounds. And so if you can figure that out, then you'll be golden and off to the races. Ooh, nice map. What stage of the process do you think you're in? I know, of course, that's kind of a loaded question. It's, I realize, you could be, like, 10% done to 90% done. It's really hard to be able to tell. I thought this game was almost finished a month ago, and here I am still working on it. And it's a really simple game. Super simple game. Nothing like what you got there. Yours is much more complex and requires a lot more effort to really make work. looks too skinny when he's like this, and this is partially the problem of having pixels this close together. Yeah, he definitely looks too skinny compared to his other image, so we're going to extend that out. Do the same sort of thing to the torso. Probably 40%. But knowing me, I will miss my deadline by 6 months. Hey, I can share that frustration. But I found a guy for sound design, so that should help me a lot. Pixel art is such a tedious and long process. It can be. We all have a strength. Some of us struggle at doing sound, others music, others the art. Some of us struggle with the story. And the one thing that most people struggle with is marketing. Trying to figure out how to do proper marketing is hard. And a lot of people will scam you. Beware the people that say, hey, wow, that game's amazing. We want to pay you a lot of money to make that game a reality. Basically, ignore those people. Shun them. Cast them out. Those people don't mean to help you. They are there to sabotage and ruin. Hey there, Jersey. Struggle with sound and story, so no story in my game. Yeah, that's understandable. I focus only on so much on story when it comes to actually coding and whatnot. It's not very... I'm not very effective when it comes to doing things that are outside the realm of the narrative. Speaking of which, for those that are curious, we do have a free book that is on Castercraft, and that is this book that I'm holding here. It's a little booklet. It's a short story called Pharaoh and the Smith. It's my first short story that I put out there. I got a longer story that's in the works, and that will be out sometime later on this year. After this game, I am going back to finalize that story. I've been taking some time away from it because I wanted to try and see if I could come up with some other interesting ideas. And I think I'm just about there where I can actually say, yes, the story is ready for the next stage. And for marketing aspects, I was thinking of starting a game dev channel. I can fully recommend that book. Much appreciated, Jersey. Much appreciated. I had a chance to help out with small game development. That happened a couple of years ago, and I came this close to getting that stuff set up. It all fell apart because you need a certain amount of clout, a certain amount of recognition to be able to pull it off. And I had it for a brief moment. I was there for a moment, it's gone. But we almost had it. We almost had it squared away. We were going to figure out a a type of racing channel. We had it all like planned out. We had a channel figured out for some mini games that were going to be fan created. We had some other things that were all squared away, and there was a lot going on, and it all disappeared because in a split moment you can lose it when the people that are backing you decide that they don't like you. And that's what happened. And very quickly, I lost that ability to be able to help out with that sort of stuff. But we almost had it. And after that, the clout disappeared. My ability to help support those game development and short film endeavors faded. That is going to happen. Not everything is, well, very few times in this life are you going to find like solid success. Many times you're going to find a lot of rough waters. And for myself, I have found a lot of those rough waters. It's been quite the adventure, honestly. But you want to find somebody that actually has that clout connection. They can be able to put it out there. The backers, the people with the real money, all go to channels that have between 50 and like 300,000 people watching. So 50,000 to 300,000 is where the people with the big money tend to go. And those are the people that can actually back the games. And in fact, they want to back the games. And that was the chance I had, being a part of a channel that was actually that big. And thus missed out. But that was how it was meant to be. Maybe that will return one day. But not for a while. Right, the leg looks a lot closer. Back to Van Diesel. Something like that. This guy definitely has a toupee, and so it keeps disappearing on him. Don't mess with family. Otherwise the wig comes off, and we're gonna go rough and tumble. You know, I've never actually seen one of his movies before. I think maybe he was like a side character in a film, but I've never once seen a movie with Van Diesel as like the lead. have you been today, Jersey? How goes your projects? There, add some dimension to him. Now we got to figure out how to do the walk here. And then we mirror it the opposite way. Planning a new scene, but I'm stuck watching color theory tutorials. Yeah, that makes sense. You want to be able to understand good color theory. And I am not that proficient with it. But recently I've started learning myself, and man, it helps out a lot. And I'm not very good at it. But I've already seen like a huge improvement. I don't have to go back and change it as often. Just a second here. I see it, but I don't understand it either. It's not natural to me. Yeah, that's understandable. Good luck in the venture, and hope you find some success with it. As long as you're learning, that's definitely a positive. Like, the best I can do is avoid using pure black and white colors and leave them to the very end to highlight the shadows and light. Hey, that's still improvement. Still improvement. Sure, it may not be exactly what you're looking for, yeah, you're still getting started. It's like watching a magician doing illustrations. How can someone be a different color than actually seen, or how does it look brighter if it's dark? I don't really know how to explain it in English. I kind of get a little bit of what you're talking about. Yeah, color theory is it's quite unique. Definitely not one of the easier things. Some people are really good at it, but they struggle at form. So, I guess pick your poison. I'm not going to be going on for too terribly long tonight. I'm actually a bit tired. We're going to go on for another 15 minutes, then we'll be ending it there. Just a reminder, folks, if you found anything of merit around here, consider liking the stream. If you didn't find anything, feel free to dislike. It means you're still flesh and blood. And you could actually, tell me that that you were there. We've had a lot of people chatting the last few days. Basically the equivalent of like the last 3 months within this last week. This has been quite surprising, actually. So, I already know that a lot of folks have been here that, it's been quite surprising to me in many ways. But anyway, the like and dislike helps out a lot. If you want to see anything in particular, be sure to mention it. This game was an idea from, to have a game made was actually an idea that the audience made a long time ago. I do artwork for fans that have been requested by a lot of folks as well. I wrote stories because people made a suggestion and I followed through with it. It may not happen immediately, but it doesn't leave my mind, and I eventually do get back and see if it's possible. So I am open to ideas, because most of my ideas that I've done on stream actually are as a result of what people have requested. But anyway, I got a lot of projects of my own, so it's not like I'm hurting for projects, but when I'm picking like what to do next, I do take into consideration what people find interesting. So anyway, if you see something that you're like, oh, would love to see more of this, or would like to see a variation of something else, feel free to mention it in the comments or whatnot. Okay, so we got the basic foot leg animation here. So now we got to texture it. And then we can mirror it. I think I've reached the personal peak of quality for 2D art for now. I really can't draw any better, and I get stuck on the same point. So animating is a sneaky way to improve quality without actually improving it. So you've hit a very you've hit a wall that many of us will encounter. What you have just reached is your current limits. Your ability to grow is going to slow at this point. The amount of improvement you will see from drawing to drawing will get less and less, but it will start to look more consistent, and you will actually get faster at it. That's the next big improvement. It's speed. I just realized my light's like all messed up. I need to change my lighting setup. We'll just leave it like that for now. But it used to be a different setup, and for whatever reason, it is acting up. That's a little bit better. Diffuse light. There we go. Actually, it's a lot easier on my eyes, too. Wow. Anyway, your skills will peter out. Your growth will peter out. But it doesn't mean you've stopped growing. It just means that your milestones are going to be further apart. And that's not a bad thing. It's kind of weird how odd looking pixels are when you're animating. And then you start to see what it looks like in the preview and you're like, oh, that's not bad. And Blunder's the other way around. Yeah, understandable. Alright, well, we got the foot animated. I'm going to have to call it there. We're ending earlier tonight. The benefit, even though I'm ending earlier, the benefit is that we've had now several days in a row of streaming. This is more like what it's going to be moving forward. I don't have a ton of time to just sit down and stream throughout the week, but doing smaller sections, like this 1 hour, will probably happen during the middle of the week, and then the weekends being longer streams. The goal is to get back to doing it on a very regular basis. This has been one of the most regular sort of weeks that we've had in a long time. There was a time, some years ago, where the streams were between 5 and 6 hours. Sometimes there are multiple a day. I did try the streaming life. No, I was not trying to make a living off of it. I was trying to see what it was like, trying to understand it, because I met several people that were in the field. Anyway, you know those stories, and for those that don't know it, you will hear them before long. But I need to sign off because my eyes are tired, and it is because we have a little bit of allergies that are starting to kick up with a change of weather. Yes, even in winter. Comes from the wonderful molds and mildews. Sensational. Anyway, we are going to be calling it there. Let me see if there's somebody to raid, because there's not too many times that there has been people to raid, and it looks like there is indeed somebody to raid. We're going to do that right now. Have a very pleasant evening and morning, everybody. Just a reminder, be civil to one another. And we will see you next time, whenever that is. Hopefully tomorrow. Until then, folks, have a very pleasant evening. Starting the raid in 3, 2, 1. And to the rest of you, see you next time.